to another episode of Mac Minute. This week we're going to talk about system and software updates. And it's very important that you keep your software and system up to date. New releases come out all the time. Lots of times they are fixing some vulnerability type patches, especially when it comes to the actual Mac operating system, because that is constantly coming out with new, upgrades as well. But there's fixes in there as well. So like the recent Java fix that came out, that's very important. That wasn't something that Apple did, but they used that software, so they have to make sure they give you an update for that software. So it's very important to do that. And it's actually very simple on a Mac. And you probably noticed down your bar this little thing, and you may have even used this called the App Store. And you see on mine, I have 2 right here in this little red dot. And that 2 means I have 2 updates that are waiting to come down. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load the App Store. And we're going to see what updates that I have. And you'll see at the very top, the very last thing up here says Updates. So I'm going to come and click on the Updates. And it's going to know who I am, since I'm not really myself right now. And there are my updates. So I have a software update, which is a system update. And then I have a software update, a non-Apple software update. So I click on each one individually, but in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and update them all. So I update all. Now sometimes when you update the system, and it wants to confirm who I am, sometimes when you update the system, you'll see a little thing here, it says reboot required. So it's something to take notice of. If you see it says reboot required, and it's right here. Let me move this out of the way so you can see me. If you see right here, if you choose update, you're going to have to reboot. So if you're not ready to reboot, do not do that right then. It's something you put off until a little bit later. So you saw how fast that was. I've updated 2 software packages just that quickly. That's all I want to cover this week is updates. And it's something you should do regularly when you get updates. So if you see down here on the App Store, the little number right here, go take a look at it. And if it requires a reboot, set some time aside to do the upgrades. They come out, I generally do updates probably like once a week. So it's something you should always check for. But the nice thing about that badge, it comes up the number 2 that I had, is it tells you when something is there for you to have to do. So that's it for this week. It was just upgrading your software. We'll see you next week on Mac Minute. For show notes for this show, contacts, and more, go to the TechZen.tv website where you can get show notes for all of our shows. We love to hear from our viewers and listeners. We have an email, a Twitter, and a phone number where you can contact us for each show. For details, visit the TechZen.tv website and get the show details. You can also make a video and upload it somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo and then just send us a link. You never know, you may see your video in a future show. You can get all of our shows delivered automatically to your favorite device by going to your favorite podcast website like iTunes and subscribing. Each of our shows also has a YouTube channel you can subscribe to get regular updates. Our shows are also available on most internet radio networks like Stitcher and TuneIn Radio. You can also watch and listen to our shows on Xbox, TiVo, and Roku. You can even find us on your Zune.